generally the theme of this channel. Just here's another thing I don't appreciate is in the world. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you wanted to join me today because today I am once again going to talk to you guys about something that I don't like. Today we're going to talk about sunscreens and sun protection and how it is actually a substance that is super harmful to the environment. But we are also going to talk about what kind of alternatives that are out there, what kind of efforts you can do yourself to better this thing, and generally how you can lessen your impact also when it comes to sunscreen and vacations and beaches and whatnot. I've been getting this question a lot in my comment section, generally regarding sunscreen and sun lotion and sun protection, and I reckon it's because it's going to be summer very soon, and trust me, I'm so excited because I cannot winter anymore. Just no. But because it's summer really soon, sun protection, sun lotion and sunscreen are they just synonyms? Sun lotion, sunscreen and sun protection. I don't have to say all three, I reckon. Sunscreen. Okay, we are going to say sunscreen from now on. What is up with the world? Okay, yeah, where was I? Yeah, because it's going to be summer really soon, a lot of you guys are probably going to go on vacations or on trips and you're going to apply sunscreen and it's going to have an impact, and I see the interest in sustainable sunscreen options, and that's something I think is amazing. Noises. I think it's amazing that there is an interest in sustainable options, so of course we're going to talk about it. That is what today's video is all about. Let's get into it. So the problem, first of all, conventional sunscreens as we know them are just packed with harmful substances and chemicals, and these chemicals seep into our bodies, but that's not even the worst part. The worst part about sunscreen is when you apply them, you're usually out in nature, possibly at the beach, and you will often venture into the ocean still wearing wet sunscreen. This is something that happens every single day globally. All the time. It happens literally all the time. If you have ever been to a really vacation dense spot with a lot of tourists and you have been up looking over the ocean, you will sometimes be able to see that there's like a membrane of sorts. It looks almost oily on the ocean near the beaches. That's sunscreen, ladies and gentlemen. That's just sunscreen, and it's extremely packed with chemicals and harmful substances that will get in contact with marine life and with coral and with the ecosystem in general. So you may be thinking, what's the harm in that? Sunscreen, it's a little bit sunscreen, what's the problem? The problem is that every single year 14,000 tons of sunscreen are being dragged into the ocean by tourists and beachgoers. So sunscreen, as we know it, often contains a chemical called Oxybenzone. It is also to be found in moisturizers and other cosmetic products, but generally in sunscreen it's really bad, and Oxybenzone has actually been linked to several different human diseases and hormone imbalances, so it's also not completely fine for the body. But the problem, which is like the thing that we tend to focus on, are my friends, the corals. Oxybenzone is directly linked to coral bleaching and coral death, because the oxybenzone is absorbed by the coral and that disrupts their growth cycles and their reproduction, which obviously lead to coral death. Usually what happens before coral dies is that it goes completely white, and although that's extremely beautiful to watch, it's a signal of death, which is terrifying. It also causes unnatural gender changes in fish, which is also absolutely terrifying. So what can we do to change this thing? Generally, when you're choosing your sunscreen, try to go for one that does not contain oxybenzone. You can just read on the back and find a product that does not have that on the ingredients list. You can also look for sunscreens that are mineral based and does not have non-nano zinc dioxide on the ingredients list as well. Usually you can actually also find a little label that says Reef and coral friendly. It is an option that has become increasingly available, which I of course absolutely love. A product you should try and avoid altogether is spray-on sunscreens. Although there is a convenience to it, there's a lot of waste related to this sort of product, and whenever you spray it, a lot of the residue are going to end up in the sand or in the ocean, and it's going to end up back in the ocean no matter what. So try to avoid spray-on sunscreens altogether, and if you need a sunscreen, go for one that is lotion-based. So when I was researching for this video, I looked in a few different places trying to find different alternatives, different sort of solutions, and National Geographic had the best tip whatsoever. Their tip, are you ready? Their alternative to conventional Oxybenzone sunscreen is putting on a t-shirt. And I mean, I am there for the very low impact, low effort mentality, so I'm going to include it. Dermatologists also say that you might as well put on a t-shirt, and that's also something that you can do if you see no other option. Just, I want to put it out there because it's absolutely glorious. Putting on clothes. Who knew? So Raw Elements, they make a little tin container of sunscreen completely without plastic, and Pure Square makes a little glass container completely without plastic with sunscreen. I'm going to leave the links down below if you're going to be interested in these products, but those were just my recommendation. You can also type in Google eco-friendly, plastic-free, Reef safe sunscreen, and lots of different alternatives will come up. This video was primarily made to make people aware that sunscreen is actually a place where you can make an eco-friendly or conscious decision, and I think that you should. Especially if you're going on vacation and you're going to be somewhere where there's a beach and stuff. Generally, most important tip, wear as little product on your body when you venture into the ocean as possible, because all of this is going to be washed away with the water, and it's going to end up places. Nothing ever just disappears. The same goes for stuff like band-aids. If you wear band-aid in the ocean, you're on my list. Just generally know what band-aids are. Band-aids are made of plastic primarily, and that's just a fancy way of littering. So wearing as few and as little product as possible when you venture into the ocean. If you're a lazy girl like me, wear a shirt, it's also fine. Check out these zero waste, plastic free and reef safe sunscreens. Super, super, super important. And stay awesome. I hope that you liked this video. If you have any tips related to this or any knowledge that I didn't include, leave it down below because I would love to be more smart. This is really, really important. So yeah, I'm going to head out, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching this video, and also a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys help me create green, zero waste content, and I love you guys. You can find the links to my social media accounts down below and the link to my Patreon on this screen. Bye!